Good morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, I want to take a moment and talk about 5 tips for managing holiday time sharing as a couple. Because, during the holidays, people have a tendency to want to spend time with their partners, with their significant others, but that does not take away the fact that they also want to spend time with their original families or with people that they used to spend time with when this person was not necessarily a part of their lives or when they had free range of how they spent their holidays. So today I want to talk about 5 tips for managing holiday time sharing as a couple. But before I get into that, I want to take a quick moment and say, if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being a part of our awesome world. If you're not yet subscribed, please take a moment and click the subscribe button below so that you can join all this awesomeness. And remember to tick the bell so that you are notified when I post new videos so that you don't miss anything. And of course, if you'd like to purchase 1 or 3 of my books, there's also a link below that will take you to a site that shows you all your different options of places where you could get 1 or 3 of my books. All right, let me get back to it. The first thing you need to do is start planning early. Usually when we're doing our own holidays, when you're the only person whose needs and thoughts needs to be considered, it's easy to just leave it to, hey, this is how we've always done it. It's easy to not start planning or not make a decision until the very last minute. However, when you are planning your holidays as a couple, there's another person whose needs, whose traditions, whose history, whose family also needs to be taken into account. So it's important to start planning those things, planning early. That way you get to make decisions on, hey, where are we going? What are we doing? When are we doing this? When are we doing that? Start at, I'm not saying start in July, but start early. Don't wait until the first event, the first holiday event to decide, hey, let's talk about it right now, because maybe you both want to go to this one thing, or maybe, this one thing is important to you and it's not as important to your partner. So start planning early. That way you can, have things organized before the first stuff starts happening. 2, be fair, even if you don't like their family. A lot of times, because we're so used to this is how things happen in my family, this is how things have been done, these are the traditions. It's easy to think that, my family's awesome. So of course, naturally, he's going to want to come to my family or she's going to want to come to my family. Even if you don't like them, that does not mean that they don't want to be with them. That doesn't mean that they don't want to spend time with their family. Even if you think that your family's traditions are the best in the world, it does not mean that your partner whose family has no traditions, does not want to go home and spend and do non-traditional stuff with their family. So be fair and make sure that there is an equitable, sharing of the time, because it's important to them as much as their family is as important to them as your family is to you. And same for your traditions or lack of traditions that you guys may have. So make sure that you are fair, and don't just try to hog the whole thing because, I know my family's awesome, so naturally they want to come to my family. That's not always true. 3, discuss important times and events for both of you, because sometimes there are things that may be more important to one of you than it is to another. And just like the other person may have something that is important to them that is not important to you. A lot of times your one family may be very big on one specific holiday and not so big on the other one. There are traditions, there are things that may, there are non-negotiables that a person may have or things that they absolutely want to do with their family that you don't really have a preference there. So discuss those things, discuss those non-negotiables, discuss those important things. That way you can find a way to equitably divide your time, to fairly divide your time between both. Discuss those things. That way the things that are important to you, you can get to have, and the things that are important to your partner, they can get to experience. 4, save time for yourself as a couple as well as individuals. The holidays can be a lot. You're being pulled in so many different directions. There's stuff at work, there's stuff with your family, there's stuff with friends, there's everywhere you turn, there's someone asking for your time. So it's important that you also set aside some time for yourself as an individual, because you may need some downtime, you may need some time to refuel, and set aside time for yourself as a couple, because as you're both going through making your rounds of all the different things that you have to do, it's important to have that little breather time to just be with your partner, enjoy the holidays together, enjoy some time without the disruption or without the interruption of all that is the holidays. And finally, be open to learning and experiencing new things. Yes, many of us think that our traditions are the best. Our traditions, the way we do things, is the way that things should be done. Of course, New Year's Day has to be a specific way. You gotta get up in the morning. I go to somebody else's house. You get the chocolate and you get the soup. I mean, there's no other way to do New Year's Day. But you have to be open to learning new things and experiencing new traditions, because there are things that are done differently than what you used to do, but they can still be fun. They still represent, they still celebrate the spirit of the holidays, and they still celebrate the spirit of being together. But if you're not open to learning and experiencing new things, you may go to these events and not really fully enjoy them and fully partake and fully experience them. And if you're not in there, if you're not engaging, if you're not taking in the experience, that may impact how your partner is able to enjoy these moments that are important to them, these moments, these times with their family that are important to them. So be open to learning new things, be open to experiencing new things, so that you can, one, maybe develop or start new traditions and find things that you didn't know that you like, and two, just to be supportive and be there with your partner and for your partner as they enjoy these things, these moments that matter to them. Okay, let's do this quick recap. 1, start planning early, because it's no longer just about you and your whim and what you want to do. 2, be fair. Even if you don't like their family, that does not mean that they also don't want to be with their family. 3, discuss important times and events, because some families do things differently and there are things that are more important to one person than the other. So discuss them so that you can figure out where you're going. 4, save time for yourself as well as as individuals, as well as for a couple, because there are a lot of things pulling for your attention. There are a lot of places, people, situations, and events pulling for your attention. So it's important to set aside a little bit of time to just enjoy being yourselves as individuals as well as couples, so that you can, refresh, refuel, and just make personal memories. And finally, be open to learning and experiencing new things, because different families do things differently. Your partner may have new things that you have not experienced, that you didn't know about, that you may end up liking. So be open to it. And of course, because if you are open and fully enjoying it and participating, it creates an environment where they can also fully enjoy and just be part of where they are, instead of worrying that I don't think he's having fun, or I don't think she's having fun. Yeah, that's it. As always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that there are professionals like myself who are available, able, and willing to help, and are even providing remote services who can assist with whatever you may have going on. So please figure out who those people are in your community, so that if you need them, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.